How you guys doing? This is Captain Spencer Clark, Breaking Bass Guide Service here down at Tibble Rock Lake. I just wanted to give you guys a fishing report from the past week. Fishing is both really good on Tibble Rock Lake right now and Lake Taneycomo. Really good time. If you're looking to get a guide trip, hit me up. The fishing has been really good. Right now on Tibble Rock Lake, a lot of fish, they're set up in brush piles. Also been catching quite a few fish suspended around the deep multi-well docks, like the big condo dock type systems, and a lot of fish too are suspended under those breaker walls at the mouth of a lot of the marinas around here. Some of the different baits that I've been using this week, catching a lot of good fish on. In the morning, I can get a crankbait bite going. The crankbait bite's been pretty good. Those fish seem to be up and chasing a lot more during the morning hours. So I've been catching a lot of fish, just throwing like a 6XD or an 8XD and just a couple different shad colored patterns. Down by the dam where the water is a little bit clearer, I've been doing better on just kind of more your white colored crankbaits, your translucent colored ones. As you get up into the different rivers like the James River or up the White a little bit, got a little bit more color in the water. Been throwing a little bit more of a sexy shad type color. That's been producing really good. Another good crankbait besides that Strike King 6XD that's been working is just been throwing a C25, just like a purple back with a little chartreuse in it. This has been working really good. Some of those deeper brush piles and off some of those deeper points. Right now, most of the fish have been catching, been anywhere from like 20 down to like 40 foot. That's been staying pretty consistent. The other thing is, after that morning bite's kind of over, you kind of have to switch a little bit more to targeting like the brush and getting inside the brush to catch the fish. That's been working really well. I've been doing that with a couple different baits. Still been catching a lot of fish, just dropping a shaky head. I've been catching some fish actually this week on more of a bluegill pattern Senko, dropping that in the brush piles along with just a little finesse jig like this. Just something to, tempt those fish that are a little less active as the day goes on. Just dropping this in and around the brush. This is just a little, I don't know what you want to call this, like a little Ozark looking crawl jig. You can get this from Baitworks. They got a bunch of these up there. Throwing a motion fishing, I think they call that the penny crawl on there. That sets up really good on that jig, and been dipping the pinchers in chartreuse. Right now, there's actually a lot of fish that are feeding on bluegill right now. This time of the year, a lot of the bass, they start targeting bluegill, and we've got a lot of bluegill in Table Rock Lake. So I've been kind of switching up some of my colors to more of the bluegill patterns. I had a couple guide trips last week, and a couple crazy things happened. I noticed that one time, like one of my customers was reeling in a bluegill, and we had like a 4-pound smallmouth come up and try to engulf it. And another time, we hooked up a bluegill, threw him back. Bluegill wasn't doing so good, and we had a 4-pound bass try to eat that one. So I think right now there's a lot of fish that are targeting those bluegill. As crazy as that sounds, a lot of bluegill in Tibble Rock Lake. So what I've been trying to do is just match some of my colors up to mimic the bluegill, because I think the fish are really starting to eat some bluegill right now. If you get around the shad in the morning, kind of a little trick bait that I like to use, just a little blade bait, just a little ghost colored one. You get these at Bass Pro Shops. You can get them at Cabela's. I've been catching a lot of fish on this. Gets you a good reaction bite when you're in and around those bait balls out there really deep, and catching some fish doing this. Catching a lot of white bass too throwing this. You get down into the dam area, say if you're wanting to target smallmouth right now, it's really hard to beat throwing a tube. I've been throwing a couple different tubes here to catch some smallmouth. These two tubes I'm using here are just from Strike King. The one color we're using is called Mustard. That has been producing some nice smallmouth the past week. It's just kind of a kind of a lighter green pumpkin with a little bit of green flake in it. That's been working really well. Throwing this on just a little 3/8 ounce ball head jig, shoving that up into that tube and just kind of snapping it off those gravel points, those rocky points. Got a couple of rock piles that have been producing pretty good on the smallmouth. The other color, just been using this one here, and it is just a pumpkin green flake. As you can see, using more of the lighter colors to target those smallmouth. They've been tearing these up. You can get both those at Baitworks up in Springfield. And the other thing too that's going on right now, you get around those Conodoc systems or any of those what we like to call the breaker walls, the wave break wall system at the mouth of a lot of the marinas. You can catch a lot of fish right now just pitching like a 7/8 War Eagle, just a white colored spoon up into those wells and snapping it. You can catch some good spotted bass doing that right now. I expect a lot of these baits to continue working the next couple weeks out here at Table Rock Lake. As we get into August here in a few weeks, there's going to be some fish that are starting to shallow up again, as they always do. That fall transition starts a lot earlier than most people think. You get into the first, second part of August, there's going to be some fish moving shallow down here at Table Rock, but at least for the next couple weeks, the predominant bite is still going to be pretty deep. So right now, if you're looking to come down to Table Rock Lake, learn how to catch fish offshore, how to catch them out deep, it's a really good time to book a trip with me. Got a lot of availability this month in July. Last couple months were super busy, had a lot of good trips. We had a lot of holidays too, but right now going into July, got a lot of availability open. Would love to get you out on the water. Really good time to do some fishing. So there, guys, that's your Table Rock Lake report. Tune in. I'll try to get you guys one on a weekly basis, keep you informed on what the fishing is like down here at Table Rock Lake. If you're looking for a guide, reach out to me, just 314-562-3332. Like to get you on the water. Until next time, guys, good luck and good fishing.